Well, Sweet Baby Inc., it continues. The story is going to be ongoing, and I am not surprised because now we have Kotaku trying to run interference on this with an article they brought out that is about how apparently you can't be racist against white people. Well, it seems Kotaku, in their dying breaths as a game journalist website, seems to be running interference for Sweet Baby Inc. now, saying that gamers don't know what we're talking about. Now, before we fully get into this video, you need to subscribe to the channel because this is going to be an ongoing thing. I cover video game topics quite frequently, and this one is probably the biggest one of the channel right now. This whole situation is absolutely insane, and there's a lot to talk about, and to the point that I'm going to probably be hosting a panel Friday night talking more about this situation. So subscribe and don't forget to put on notifications. Well, this article for Kotaku, written by Alyssa Mercante, well, let's see what she says on Twitter. I spoke to the team at Sweet Baby and infiltrated the Discord group, rallying against them to try and paint a clearer picture of what the F is going off. So you went into their curator group and went to the Discord server updates, and you joined their Discord server. You infiltrated their Discord server. That's 100% what you did. You went all stealth-like and infiltrated it. I applaud this journalist for taking the extra steps here. Does this article mention anything about Sweet Baby's CEO being a full-blown racist? Because I have a feeling this article doesn't mention it. Hi, you can't be racist against white people. Thanks for tuning in. Racism isn't limited to marginalized or minority races, ethnic groups. It is simply the unfair treatment of people who belong to a different specific race, which can in fact include white people. And the dictionary and more references are linked here in the community notes, Alyssa. This is absolutely ridiculous. Right off the bat, we're not even into the article yet. Sweet Baby Inc. is not the largest narrative design company in the games industry. However, it is the one narrative design company that has direct ties to those that were involved in Gamergate. So that is why there is a lot of heat on this at the moment. Nor is they solely responsible for characters or stories in recent high-profile releases like Alan Wake 2, God of War Ragnarok, and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, all of which Alan Wake 2, I think, won some awards. Suicide Squad absolutely bombed to the point that Warner Brothers wants to turn around and just do mobile. I think that's more on a cue on what we saw with Monopoly Go from Hasbro, but that's my opinion on that matter. Late last month, one of the company's consultants discovered a Steam group dedicated to detecting games that Sweet Baby Inc. was worked on. Yes, they listed the games that were listed on Sweet Baby Inc.'s own website and in other locations like IMBD, saying they consulted on these games. The purpose, to encourage people to avoid those games because the group had seemed Sweet Baby Inc. was pushing woke agenda by working towards greater diversity, equity, and inclusion. Well, this whole DEI situation here that we are seeing everywhere in Western society right now is literally where we get the term racism from at this point. It's where I spoke in the past. You're putting one person up on a pedestal while you're ripping down another person based on the color of their skin or based on their ethnicity or where they're from. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's not a fair treatment of people out there in the space. The Steam group now has over 100,000 followers. Well, they're actually... how many are they at? Oh wait, it's right below me, 197,000, because I took a screenshot of it before I started making the video. And the Discord has 2,000 members. But this ire against Sweet Baby Inc. and DEI initiatives in general isn't new. On October 2023 Kiwi Farms post, They went to Kiwi Farms. Kiwi Farms, you know, the same forums website that sits there and posts links and discussion threads about questionable people that are out there. This is the same Kiwi Farms that a Canadian member of the Communist Party attempted to destroy and take down, and had a GoFundMe page that raised over $100,000 so they can go on a European vacation. All in the name of them taking down Kiwi Farms. They failed. They still exist. And they talk about Remedy's award-winning action game Alan Wake 2, possibly one of the biggest scandals in gaming history. The conversations around Sweet Baby Inc. has ignited fundamentally misinformed gamergate-ish firestorm. Yes, it's a firestorm because they have links to the people that were involved in Gamergate. Hence, Zoe Quinn, who actually had someone self-delete themselves over the situation. The same Zoe Quinn that had a Kickstarter then misappropriated the funds to go on a Japan vacation. Its former employees have faced rampant harassment as a direct result. No, their employees, they sat there and went after this group, said to report this group. This was the Kindred posts that were out there. They wanted to report this group for discrimination or harassment, even though all they did was took publicly available data and put it into the group saying, I don't recommend this game, based on this company that is dealing with them. He bombarded them. He brigaded this group and Twitter accounts and everything else. And the Streisand effect took full effect. And now everyone, including myself, have been woken up by all of this right now, that this is a worm that is deep rooted in the middle of the gaming industry and AAA games. And one of the main reasons we are seeing the failures of the AAA game market and the bloated budgets that continue to downfall this stuff. Now, they go on with, they're not forcing the diversity, but, you know, they're just terrifying the developers into this stuff.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher-ups. And if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
So naturally, we just terrify our companies and the people working on these games to make these changes. It's absolutely ridiculous that this is there. That was the CEO, Kim Belair. That was her own words at the Gamers Development Conference that goes on every year, and I have seen many posts from that development conference now that I wouldn't trust. I think that conference is going to go the way of E3. Down the drain and no longer be there. You know, the last Game Awards that we had, absolutely ridiculous. There was more ads and less games in the entire thing. Kotaku goes on here. Sweet Baby Inc. is at its core a narrative development company. That means anything from script writing to narrative design to narrative direction to story reviews. So they review it and they tell you to change these aspects. These are the design that you want to go with. This is the narrative you want to push. Here's the agenda. One of the things that we do offer is cultural consultations or authenticity consultations. So they're going with cultural or you know, everything else out there. For us, that generally means that we might be asked to look into a story if there's a character who is marginalized in a certain way, and the studio wants us to connect them with a consultant who can bring a little more authenticity. But the perspective is never that we're coming in and injecting diversity. For the most part, it's the reverse. It's that the company has created a character and they want to make sure the character is more representative and more interesting. In other words, they want you to come in and tell them, are we doing this right? Or is this the narrative that we should be pushing? And then Sweet Baby Inc. says, okay, yeah, you're kind of doing this right, but I think you would be better off if you take away this stereotype, if you take away these words, if you put them up on this pedestal just another notch, they're going to be much better off in the long run, and your story is going to be much better off. But then the gamers get the game and go, what is this garbage? This is worthless.
Whoa. This is worthless.
Anyway, if you guys want to read the archive, I'll leave the archive in a pinned comment down below. They end this with, until the industry is more willing to openly discuss development processes, the lack of transparency will continue to be used as a straw man and bad faith arguments to characterize DEI as an imposition by nefarious unseen forces rather than an effort to cultivate a more accurate reflection of the world around us. Otherwise, you're accepting people to be racist. Isn't that right, Alyssa? You're accepting racism of white people. That's pretty much what you're telling people to do here. Accept it, that apparently white people, you can't be racist towards white people. The fact that you actually just add in the color of a person's skin is being racist. It's, I hate to break this to you. It's absolutely disgusting, and Kotaku should be shameful, should be hanging their heads in shame over this entire situation, because obviously they haven't done the actual research. They went into a situation there. They got the one side of the story from Sweet Baby Inc., and now they're just trying to run defense by saying they infiltrated a Discord server. Absolutely not the way to do things here at all. What else are people saying in here? You know, a lot of people are calling them out on this. I'm just here to upvote the community notes. Yep, that's what's going on. Nice ratio, Kotaku. You support this statement? Just curious. I see you failed English. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of things here. People are just putting up racism. Your tweet, community notes, good Twitter. Yep, that's where things are. Another self-hating white lefty journalist. What a novelty. We're going to leave it there. I'm your proud Canadian Phoenix, Cindershadow. I'm signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is where gaming has gone. You know, I thought gamergate died. Apparently not. They've been seeding their seeds everywhere in the industry, and this is the first one to actually pop up. How many more are going to find ties to them in the long run? It's absolutely ridiculous at this point. I don't know. I really don't know what to tell you, other than whoever these people are, they have no good intentions. Their intentions are to drag down people and to create a polarization of the industry and of gamers, and it's just saddening to see. Have yourselves a great day.